Hello and welcome to the Star Wars Shatterpoint Stats Center. I'm your host Steve, and join me as I look back over the 4 events held across 4 countries with 30 players taking part this past weekend. And we are going all round Europe for the Stats Center this week, as we have no rated events taking part in the United States of America. So let's have a look at our first event. And our first event takes us to Poland for the Shatterpoint W Cube. And we have a 3-round event here. And in first place we have Kubakalos, a name we are very familiar with. And they were running Cassian K2 and the Rebel Commandos, Jin, Bodhi, and Baze and Chirrut, then Boss Fixer 7 Scorch with Hunter, Wolf, and the Wolfpack on Sabotage Showdown. And in the event, it was Boss and Hunter first, and then Cassian, Jin in the final 2 rounds. And then in second, we have Bolek, a name we are also very familiar with. Also going 3-0. It came down to strength of schedule. And it was again a Cassian, Jin, Hunter, Boss, but no list supplied. Then in third place, the first of our 2 and 1s, we have Penguin, and they were running Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi out of hiding, and the Arfs, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shakti, and the 501st, Luminara, Captain Rex, and the 212th, and then Boss, Fixer, and Sev and Scorch on shifting priorities. And if we look here, it was a Ki-Adi and Mace sandwich with Luminara and Boss in the middle. And then the final one, going 2 and 1, was Ginyu, and they were running Ki-Adi-Mundi with Anakin, and then Mando and Cad Bane. But again, unfortunately, no list supplied. But well done to our 2, 3 and O's, and big well done to Kubakalos for getting the win. We move over to Spain for the 3rd Open Star Wars Shatterpoint in Alicante. And this was a 4-round event, and we have no 4-0s, but we do have a 3 and a draw. And it's Alejandro, and they were running Obi-Wan Kenobi with Rex and the 212th, Ki-Adi-Mundi with Shakti and the 501st, then Lord Maul, 3rd Sister, 5th Brother, and Moff Gideon, Darth Vader, Fallen Master, and the ISB on strategic positions. And the draw came with the Maul and Gideon in round 1 versus a Mando and Armorer list. So yes, exactly a draw there. And then it was Obi and Ki-Adi for the rest of the day, picking up the 3 wins. And then in second place, going 3 and 1, we have Campeo. And they were running Boss, Fixer, and 7 Scorch with Hunter, Crosshair, and the Republic Clone Commandos. Then Obi-Wan, Shakti, and the 501st with Mace Windu, Rex, and the Arfs on shifting priorities. And it was a Mace and Obi sandwich, with the filling being Hunter and Boss for 2 games. Then our next 3 and 1 was Pitakas, and they were running Hunter, Wolf, and the 212th, Obi-Wan Kenobi with Rex and the Clone Commandos, then Freedom Fighter Leia, 3PO and R2, and the Rebel Commandos with Logray, Chewie, and the Rebel Pathfinders on shifting priorities. And it was Obi and Hunter in round 1, then Leia and Logray round 2, back to Obi Hunter for round 3, and Leia Logray for round 4. You love to see a bit of Ewoks, whether they are real Ewoks or not. And then finally in 4th place with a final 3 and 1, we have Alberto. And Alberto was running Kit Fisto, Commander Wolf, and the 212th, Ahsoka Tano, Jedi No More with Cody and the Clone Commandos, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Shakti, and the Arfs, and then Mace Windu, Rex, and the 501st on shifting priorities. And this was Ahsoka and Kit in round 1, and then Mace and Obi for the rest of the day. So again, well done to everyone for the results, and big well done to Alejandro for winning the event. to the United Kingdom for the Star Wars Shatterpoint Entoyment Showdown. And just a small event with 4 players, but 3 of them went 2 and 1. So in first place, coming down to wounds, so tied on victory points, tied on strength of schedule, and coming down to wounds between first and second, we have a lofting. And they were running Cassian, K2 and the Rebel Pathfinders with Jin, Bodhi and Baze and Chirrut, so the 2 boxes there with Sabotage Showdown as the mission. Then in second place we have Darth Paul, and they were running Thrawn, Stormtrooper Sergeant and the 5th Brother with Moff Gideon, 3rd Sister and the Dark Troopers. No mission listed though, however. And then finally in third place we have Ben, and Ben was running Maul, Gar Saxon and the Super Commandos, and then the Armourer, Paz Vizsla and the Covert Mandalorians. Again, no mission listed. Well done to all 3 for what seems to have been a very close event, and well done to A Lofting for getting the eventual win. Then our final event takes us over to Belgium for Hazard Shatterpoint. And this was, again, a nice small event, but we do have a 3-0, and it was Abel. And they were running Cassian, Ezra, Baze and Chirrut with Kanan, Sabine and the Rebel Commandos. So the Adepticon winning list there. No mission, unfortunately. And then in second place, going 2 and 1, we have Red Sox, who was running Asajj, Cad Bane, Boss and Obi. Unfortunately, no list there. I would be really curious to see what the Asajj and Cad side look like, because that looks quite fun there. But unfortunately, no list submitted. But yep, big well done on the 3-0 and the tournament win for Abel. And then just a quick note for something that I spotted on the unrated event that took part in the USA this week. We won't look at the results, as it is an unrated event. However, very interesting that they have listed this as a casual tournament premiere with a banned list. So the following units are banned: Cassian, Baze and Chirrut, and the Delta Box. So this is an interesting one, isn't it, to consider? Because obviously if we start banning units as a community prior to the balance update, then that can have a negative impact on the game. However, I think if this is a casual event, it's been advertised as such, it's unrated on Longshanks, then I personally don't have any issue with people deciding to play some of the less meta lists, shall we say. So yes, just interesting that Cassian, Baze and Chirrut and the Delta Box all banned from the event. And there we have it. Another week comes to a close on the Shatterpoint Stats Center. So again, a quieter week this week. However, I am really in anticipation of when the new balance patch drops. I think we will see a big spike in events as people try and get their heads around a new meta. We've also got a few more GTs coming up later in the month. So that will be really good as well to see the stats on those, particularly with the balance update being in effect. So all that remains for me to say is if you've enjoyed the video, please do hit the like, the subscribe, the follow, the comment, etc. Ding the bell, you know the drill. Let's keep the channel growing. Let's keep Shatterpoint being out there. Thank you to everyone who has followed, subscribed, etc. so far. Really appreciated. And yeah, I'm just going to keep on doing this content while the game still has tournaments to talk about. And I am off to a tournament this weekend, so there will be a tournament report coming later in the week. So yes, keep your eyes open for that one, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye for now.